What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about what is crypto, why should you invest in cryptocurrency. So let's start. Cryptocurrency was created with the promise of disintermediating and decentralizing the financial system to create a free digital form of exchanging value from point A to point B without going through a bank. Now, this is what Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency to be invented, which is this over here, was meant to be. And Bitcoin was created in 2008 by a group of individuals, anonymous individuals, or maybe one individual, we don't know, coined Satoshi Nakamoto. So we're not sure, but the point is, Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency. It's the largest one by market capitalization, right now at $1.1 trillion. And it's essentially deflationary. What does this mean? This means that every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin in circulation is reduced. Quite the opposite of what the central bank is doing, where it's simply printing and printing and printing money, and it's inflationary. So every time your purchasing power goes down, or the amount of money you can, the amount of things you can buy is reduced. This is different than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is essentially the premise why Bitcoin it exists in the first place and why it's going up and continues to increase value year after year after year is because people believe that it will be the future storage of value, kind of like a digital gold. Gold is, you could say it's finite, but we can really continue to find gold. However, Bitcoin, there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins in circulation. This means that this is programmed to never create more than 21 million. And every 4 years, as I mentioned, the amount of Bitcoin printed is reduced and reduced and reduced and reduced and reduced until we reach 21 million. So that is Bitcoin. Now, there's not just Bitcoin out there. There's thousands of cryptocurrencies out there that people can invest in. There's Ethereum, for instance. Ethereum is a programmable version of Ethereum, where developers can go and create dApps or decentralized applications on top of the Ethereum network, and they can create applications, they can create liquidity ecosystems, they can create decentralized exchanges. There's all these different things people or developers can create, and then users can go and transact and interact with the protocol. We also have Solana. Solana is essentially a faster, speedier version of Ethereum. It's important to point out that all these coins belong to a network. There's the Ethereum network, there's a Bitcoin network, there's a BNB network, there's a Solana network, there's a USDC network, there is the XRP network. And depending on the speed of that network, it will completely correlate to how fast transactions will settle. So the transactions per second in a coin is, let's say, 10 seconds. That means I have to wait 10 seconds for me to receive coins from anybody. And if it's 1 second, that means that I'll receive coins in 1 second. So obviously the faster the better, but of course, since it's a network, the network can get clogged and there's downtime, and there's a bunch of scalability issues that people are trying to solve right now as we speak. Now, why do people invest in cryptocurrencies? The reason people invest in cryptocurrencies is because, number one, they think that it's the future of money, that eventually will replace the financial system. And the premise is that, eventually through smart contracts or, these automated kind of like digital boxes that are hosted on the blockchain, will automate a lot of the custodian job that is happening with brokers or, let's say, exchanges, where, let's say, if I go to Charles Schwab, I deposit money, and then that money is used to buy shares, and then the transaction is settled in 3 to 2 days. With the blockchain, the premise is that a blockchain will replace this, and that you will be able to immediately buy shares directly from someone else, completely getting rid of the broker. That is the main premise of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, essentially. Now, there's different ways to invest in cryptocurrency. The first one is to an exchange, which is essentially Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges out there. And what you do is you deposit money in fiat, or fiat is essentially like dollars, yen, pesos. You deposit that with your credit card or debit card or through a bank transfer, it doesn't matter. Once those funds are settled in the accounts of Coinbase, you can buy and sell cryptocurrency from someone else. Where of course you go through the exchange, but and the exchange makes a cut of that. But eventually you exchange dollars, let's say dollars for Bitcoin, and then you keep that Bitcoin. You keep that Bitcoin, but really it's stored on the exchange itself. So you don't own the coins. It's kind of the same way where you own stock with Charles Schwab, but it's really the custodian is really Charles Schwab. You don't keep those shares in your house anymore, like in the 1500s. And this poses a risk because there's been hacks. Exchanges do get hacked. You can get hacked. They could hack your password. So there's another way to invest in crypto that is safer, but that requires more responsibility, and that is through wallets. And these digital wallets essentially allow you to create a private key, an alphanumeric, long alphanumeric string of characters that you use to access your specific wallet. If that wallet gets exposed, or if that key gets exposed, if you put it on the internet and give it to all the other people, that means that anybody can access that wallet. So, however, if you lose that wallet, you will never be able to access your wallet again. So it's more responsibility, but it's safer. However, you can still get hacked, of course, if you misplace your wallet or you store it in a public location, like, I don't know, you post it on Instagram for some reason, or you store it even in Google Drive. There's Google Drive hacks as well. So it's more responsibility, but you can get more control over your cryptos. So that is some of the reasons why people invest in crypto, how to buy crypto, and I'm going to go a little bit over the main cryptocurrencies I recommend that you start with if you're starting out. First of all, if you don't want to complicate things out, I would simply invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Why? Because Bitcoin is, it's the biggest, most established cryptocurrency, and it's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. Ethereum is essentially an improved version or a more complicated version of Bitcoin, where, like I mentioned, developers can go and program smart application or decentralized applications. And then Solana is as well, it's programmable money. However, it's faster than Ethereum. So these three coins, I do not think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And so I will continue to talk about these topics. I will continue to cover topics in crypto, and I've been in crypto over the past 5 years, so this is something I'm really knowledgeable about. Feel free to subscribe, comment any questions, and stay tuned to new videos. Thank you.